We'll see, mate. We'll see because the map has loaded. Countdown has begun. Welcome everyone to the second semifinals of the night and spawning here in Data C. We have the Brazilian set player playing for Team Super. It is TheZergLord.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Data C, we have the Peruvian Terran player himself representing Team Super. It is Tavo.
Mate, speaking of Tavo, mate, where are your patitos?
Ah, true.
I saw not a single one today.
I know. What I will say is that we do have 2 Team League matches this weekend, so we're I think a lot of our focus is on that at the moment. But
sure, like you keep telling yourself that. I
mean, but yeah, I know. Ryu has been focusing a lot on his studies as well recently, and I hope he's okay. I do miss him this week. He was here last week, though. To be fair, he was getting his paycheck. He was our Sentimental Latino champion.
Wait, what is Ryu studying? Do you know?
I think you can guess. What is every other Latin American player studying, mate?
I mean, he's probably like a medicine lawyer or something like that.
Pretty close. Not quite med school, but I want to say nursing. So related.
Yeah, so he has to use a white coat.
There you go. Oh god. But yeah, we'll see what our pseudo Pato can do here in Tapo. As it is a team kill here from our Team Super players. Again, Team Super has a pretty strong presence in Latin America, a surprisingly strong presence, and yeah, I'll never shy away from a TVC, especially between these two, mate. I feel like there's a bit of a rivalry between Tavo and TheZergLord.
I mean, is it? Have you asked them? Maybe it's less a rivalry and more just like a friendly coincidence,
Yeah, they just play each other in every qualifier. It's it's out of their control.
Look. When you're that good, it is bound that you're gonna get a lot of good players just very often.
You're not wrong. But I've been looking forward to this just because it's a bit of a rematch. If you remember, Tavo was the player who forced TheZergLord to retire. Tavo was the player who knocked TheZergLord out of 2 of the DreamHack Valencia qualifiers this year. It was insane that they faced each other twice, but yeah, Tavo was the one standing in TheZergLord's way.
Well, here he is one more time. Let's see if he can make it happen. Are we gonna have a ZvT finals or a CBC mirror match?
We will find out. So far, pretty standard openers here. Hatchgas pull from our Zerg player. We're joining up. The TheZergLord is not looking to open up aggressively at all. And Tavo is opening up with a 1-1-1.
Yeah, 1-1-1 into a quick tier base. This is very, what do they call it? Chaos phase style, which, as we all know, he is the master of Tavo. He has been teaching him a lot of things lately. And sometimes he opens exactly like his master and go for a more macro-oriented game, trying to beat his opponent with better. I mean, as I say that Tavo just throws everything away and he builds a what is it called? A fusion core.
Yeah.
So yeah, throw away everything that I just said, and yeah, we're gonna see, we're gonna see some battle cruisers, and I'm really gonna guess that we are going to see mech behind this.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, mech is a really common transition from a BC opener, and we'll see if TheZergLord can see this because he's diving in with his Overlord. He's already getting pretty low on HP, but can he get close enough? Can he see? He sees the fusion core.
There we go. It is scouted immediately. Spores in every base, extra queens. Everything is gonna be ready. Like even spores in funny places. So yeah, that is a funny place. Like why the hell does a spot?
Yeah. I mean, it's in position for if a BC like rocks on up here from the right hand side, I guess. But yeah, we should be seeing some more spores. We should be seeing some more queens. That was a really important scout from the ZergLord. And Tavo is doubling down. It isn't just the BC opener. He's going for Yamato as well, which means he wants to make more than one BC.
Yeah, we're probably gonna see 3 for this game. Like, what he wants to do is keeping them alive. Use them to snipe any queen, which is the most common resistance early game for against BCs from Zerg early game. So if you can get rid of suddenly of 3-4 queens, whatever number of queen remains, it is not enough to defend.
Exactly. Things can snowball real quick here in favor of the Terran player if those Yamatos go off and if the BCs survive. Meanwhile, there are those additional factories, so it is BC into mech. The ZergLord hasn't seen the factories, but knowing that it's a BC opener, this should be in the back of his mind of a very real possibility.
Yeah, it should be. He is currently working on Aspire, probably for Corruptors for those BCs. And there you go, the first battle cruiser teleports across the maps. He starts to kill drones, target queens as well, kill whatever he can. And look, that boy is very chunky, man.
Oh yeah.
That is what is it? 450, I believe, HP each one. And yeah, look, they're just doing havoc, killing whatever it can. How many workers? Only 4 workers killed, 5 workers, 6 workers. Well, the queens, here come the queens, and DVC is probably gonna survive. Probably.
Oh,
No!
It's gonna be so close. He was a little bit idle there, but it looks like the BC will survive. At the same time, the Hellions were trying to dip in towards that third base. That's why the queens were out of position for a little bit. They were a little bit busy with the Hellions, but they did defend. 7 drones still went down. The BC survives, and Yamato is done.
Yeah, the first BC survived. It is very low in HP, so it needs to return and be repaired. But the second BC is almost done. It's almost done. So in a few minutes, it's not gonna be 1 BC, it's gonna be 2, and two BCs are a lot more harder to defend. Ooh, the TheZergLord is not going Corruptors, mate. Did you see what is currently being built?
Yeah, interesting choice here. He's going for mutas instead. That's not the best answer to BCs because he doesn't want it to be the answer to BCs. He's more concerned with going across the map and harassing and trying to hinder the economy of Tavo. This is a risky move. It can pay for itself. It can more than pay for itself if these mutas survive and if they're able to deal that economic damage.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, there are turrets everywhere, mate. Just look at how many turrets there are here.
Oh my god, turrets all over the place, all over the third base especially. The mutas, though, are looking to dive in towards the natural instead. Only 1 turret here in the natural, and the mutas, already one of them almost going down.
Yeah, the VCs are going to return. The Yamato cannon immediately 2 of the mutalisks go down, so that was 2 mutalisks for 3 workers and 1 gas. Is that worth it, Light?
That's 200 gas, mate.
So no, that is not worth it. Now the TheZergLord, he's kind of panicking. 21 roaches are being built behind this, plus 1 melee attack, plus 1 air attack, plus 1 range attack.
All the upgrades.
All the upgrades. We have three doors for Tavo being built. Tavo is going full turtle mode. He's gonna get to 200 and just gonna try to walk across the map and finish the game.
Yeah, but you know what? The mutas, they actually find a little bit more damage. They come in just as soon as the missile turrets have not finished, so they get 2 turrets. They're going to get another gas geyser for a muta. This one, much more worth it. Meanwhile, the BCs try to slip into the main base. They don't find a way in, though. The queens were already in position, but drones are still being focused down.
Yeah, drones are still being focused down, but this is double BC. This is a lot more firepower than just 1. And the queens have to walk around all the way from the main base to the tier base. And meanwhile, they do the damage that they can. The Hellions see the army of the TheZergLord. A lot of Ravagers, a lot of Banelings that are about to crash into the 4th base. And what is the army? There are no tanks here to defend.
Yeah, where are those tanks? We had Thor production, if you remember, to deal with the mutas. Maybe Tavo thought that more mutas were going to be coming out. Instead, the base goes down immediately to the Ravagers.
Yeah, that is a big blow for Tavo, but the VCs are gonna chase away the rest of the army. The TheZergLord is losing a lot of supply here.
Yeah, a lot of Ravagers are going down. The tanks are in position here at the third base. At the same time, the Mutas tried to go in, but they didn't really deal too much damage either. Yamadas go off or whatever they can. Both BCs survive. 3 BCs now, Jesus Christ. And the ZergLord is still struggling a little bit here. Like, his economy isn't where it needs it to be. He needs more bases. He needs more drones here. Especially, like, it's surprising to see him kind of on equal footing economically with the Terran mech player.
There we go. Next big attack is going to be by the ZergLord, but there is 1 turn ready.
This time the tanks are in position. The ZergLord trying to do whatever he can to slow down this 4th base. Corruptors are coming out, so they're going to be a much better response here to all of those BCs. The ZergLord droned up to 80 workers, so a much better economic position. Still not ideal though. He's still very committed to this attack.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like it. That is a really big, what do they call it, bottleneck. And the tanks are ready, the BCs are coming back. Yeah, the Banelings, they may be able to cancel TCC. No, not even that. I don't think they're gonna even cancel it, and the ZergLord is losing all his army.
Yeah, he's just running into a brick wall right now, and he's kind of crumbling here. Like, he's taking out a couple of tanks, but the base survived.
Yeah, now 136 supply for the ZergLord, 156 for Tavo. Tavo's army is getting stronger by the minute. 2-2 is about to finish for him, and we have how many? 4 BCs, 6 tanks, 4 Hellions. So that is a lot of BC tanks, that is a lot of firepower to defend. Just needs a couple more, what do they call? Mid units, something to tank the tanks, if you catch my meaning.
Yeah, with the tanks, they need tanks to help tank for the tanks, it's true. Meanwhile, a bit of a Hellion run by, roast up a couple more drones. Tavo's gonna be feeling pretty good about himself. Like, seeing this base and seeing how few workers there are here, like, he knows that, yo, mate, your economy is not amazing right now. The ZergLord doesn't have a bank to work with, and the BCs are still getting so much value.
So many free buildings, mate.
Ugh. Yeah, a couple more Yamadas.
Kill a few Corruptors, teleport away when your HP is low, and look how much damage they're doing.
Yeah. There just weren't enough Corruptors. We have the teleports just in time as well. Both BCs survive. Eventually, you know, this will be forced all the way back, but well worth it. And look at those upgrades. 3-3 on the way here for that mech. Ugh.
Yeah, 2-2 is already very dangerous. 3-3 is basically unstoppable, mate. And now that Tavo has the 4th base completely secured, like, I'm not sure if the ZergLord, this is a good idea for the ZergLord to try to break it one more time.
Yeah, like, I feel like the previous push was his timing to try and deny that base, deny this 4th. Now, we were talking about it earlier, like, once you get the 4th up and running, it is very difficult to break. Both the 3rd and the 4th. You've got ramps, you've got choke points, you have everything you need. Meanwhile, the ZergLord says, screw it, he's trying to break him.
Yeah, his Banelings immediately all melt against the tanks and the Thors, mate, and look, everything is dying for the ZergLord. He went for 130 supply to 115.
Yeah.
And now he's even being attacked at home. There are Hellions in his 3rd base, his 4th base, 9 workers were killed.
Somehow, despite his entire army hitting the 4th base of Tavo, the ZergLord still loses more drones in the end. And this is what we were, even before the game started, this is what we were talking about. On Data C, it is so difficult to break a 4-basing Terran player, but the ZergLord, he just keeps trying and it's not working. Like, it's not the way to approach this map. It's not helping.
Mate, did you wear the ZergLord at this moment? What were you probably thinking?
Pinche Terran, mate.
No. Remember, he's Brazilian, so he's probably thinking Portuguese. I don't know what's the word for Portuguese.
He's like, what the hell is going on? I can't kill the 4th. No, mate, you can't. It's not gonna happen. But now the mech army is a little bit more exposed. He's a little bit more in the open. Does he have enough? Oh my god, the Ravagers are still melting. He's getting a couple of biles off on the tanks, but this is not an efficient trade.
Yeah, it's not an efficient trade. Finally, a couple of BC died, but yeah, the whole army of the ZergLord just melted. 124 supply for the ZergLord, 158 for Tavo. This is now the moment for Tavo to move out, and he is doing it. It has a lot of doors. How many doors are there? There are 6 doors. That is a lot of firepower.
That's a lot of doors,
a lot of chunky
mate.
boys.
That's
That is a lot of supply as well.
It's a lot of armies, mate. Sorry, coming out here into the map, clearing up all of this creep, what little creep there is. We do have a Ling run by, and the 5th, that's a kill, not a cancel. So a nice little bit of a backstab here from the ZergLord. It's definitely going to help. And again, the 5th base is much more difficult to take for the Terran player. But I don't think Tavo really cares too much.
Like, I told you, mate, who needs 5 bases?
Who needs 5 bases, mate? Here we go. Tavo pushing out Tavo ahead in supply. Can the ZergLord hold? The Biles are connecting. He is taking out some of these tanks and some of the Thors as well.
Now he has to be careful. There are not that many tanks here and not that many units to defend, but that is more than enough. And the ZergLord and Tavo take game number 1.
GG, well played. Tavo will take the first game here, whipping out his mech on a map that I think favors that style. 4 bases, mate. You said it. That's all you need. That's all you need as a meching Terran.
Yeah, nice work by Tavo. I wanna give a shout out to him because, mate, he didn't lose a single battle cruiser until the end.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if that 5th battle cruiser died. Which it was very close to.
Yeah.
It would have been a very different game, probably.
It's true. It would have been much easier there for the ZergLord to gain that map control, to drone up. Yeah, I think the ZergLord is maybe not used to the maps. Maybe he's used to playing on some of the older maps, like on 2000 atmospheres. I think that style works a little bit better, much better actually. But on Data C, you have to respect the choke point. You brought it up yourself. The choke points, the rams, like the defensive position of the Terran player. At a certain point, you have to just let up and approach the match in a different way. You know, just mass expand, just focus on your economy, get a big bank, and then just starve out your opponent. But I guess maybe it's not the way that our Brazilian Zerg enjoys to play.
Well, let's see what he can do in game number 2, because we are in Moondance LE and Spring Hill. The Brazilian Zerg player who needs to react better to his opponent, this is the ZergLord.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Moondance, we have the Peruvian Terran player himself representing Team Super. It is Tavo. Boy. Ducking, have you been playing much on the new maps, by the way? I'm curious. I know you had that one stream. I know you did stream
That one stream is all I have played, basically. I have played that. I have played this tournament earlier today, and that's basically it. That's all that I played in the last 2 weeks.
Shaking my head. Well, I was about to bring up that if you do enjoy your mech, and if that's how you want to approach this matchup, in a similar vein to Data C, this is another map where you can expand and you can hold on to your first couple of bases quite well here as a Terran player. Quite well.
Very well. So you hear him, everybody. You are Terran and playing this map, play mech. And if you are not, you might as well just GG now.
I mean, we saw Yanji earlier on this map, and you know he was fighting his heart out. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but he was not playing mech.
True.
This is why he lost.
True. So yeah, this is one of the new maps with the pocket bases. So because of that, you can kind of get up to 3 bases really quickly, really greedily if you wanted to. Or as we saw Yanji do, we can save this base for later on as like a safe 5th or a safe 6th base.
Yeah, let's see what he decides to do this game. Meanwhile, ZergLord standard opening, hatch gas pool, I believe. Standard opening as well for his opponent. The Reaper is on the way. Is he gonna be able? No, he's not. He's not gonna be on time to deny this still base. But the Zerglings, okay, 2 Zerglings. How many workers? Like, how many workers?
0. I'm gonna say 0.
Live VIP, everyone. Zerg player.
I want to believe that after the last game, the ZergLord has more ambition here to keep his drones alive. I say his drones alive, already losing 1 Ling though.
Look, that's okay. A Zergling is only like, what, half a drone?
True.
It's fine.
Oh, God. And, Tavo, we were talking about the potential for a fast third. This is an insanely fast third TC. My God. On location.
Yeah, the factory it was not even on position yet, and there we go, faster CC. I believe because of the way the TheZergLord played the previous game, Tavo felt confident that he was not going to be rush this game. And he is correct, so his payoff is gonna pay off.
Yeah, exactly. And this is something that you can do on this map, not just on Moondance, Stargazer as well. Third CC on location in the ZvT, unheard of. before this new map pool, but with the new map pool, we have options. You know, Terran, they can be even more greedy.
Yeah, they can be, and there we go. Meanwhile, the Hellions are ready, and there is Banshees coming behind this light.
Yeah, a very different opener, still a 1-1-1, still a tech lab on the starport. The Overlord is going to dip on in, and even though we do see Cloak on the way, it could be a fake out. The ZergLord could still be thinking BCs. He still has to just go in a little bit further and make sure that there is nothing hidden behind the mineral line.
Yeah, meanwhile, speaking of hiding behind the mineral line, the Hellions and the Reaper try to sneak up behind the mineral line, the third base. Fortunately, they kill nothing. They don't kill, I believe, a single drone. But the 3 units managed to escape alive.
Oh, yeah. Somehow, some way, they just bob, they weave their way, they manage to get out of that mineral line safe and sound for the most part. And they will be able to survive. Meanwhile, the ZergLord, he was able to confirm, okay, it is going to be Banshees. Spores are on the way all over the place. The Banshees shouldn't do too much damage, but they can still, depending on how many Banshees we make, they can still, you know, take down some Queens, deny some creep, you know, maybe even get some gas mining drones.
I don't know, maybe they just accompany the Hellions to add some extra DPS against the Queens.
Yeah,
no, yeah. Which is possible because I don't know if you have noticed, Tavo has not stopped its ZergLord production.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Hellion production has kept on going here. We have 8 Hellions in total, and 8 is typically the ideal number that we want to stop at. With 8 Hellions, we have the power. If we dive in, we can just take out all these links, and we can get into a mineral line and just roast everything up. With the power of the Banshees, we can even fight Queens.
So, like, ZergLord is about to finish his lair. What do you think? What tech do you think he's gonna choose?
Oh,
are we gonna see? I mean, he's taking a lot of gases.
Yeah, every single gas has been taken. I'm feeling Spire because of that. He did go Mutas last game, so we'll see.
Yes,
there
we go.
Oh.
Yeah, Spire it is. Spire is gonna be. This is a good choice, I think, for this map. There is quite a lot of airspace where your Mutalisk can sneak up. So not a bad idea. Speaking of sneaking up, here we have the 2 Banshees. The clock is finished. There are spores everywhere, but the Banshees can still just enter and try to sneak a few drones here and there. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4.5. 4.5 drones. Not bad, and the Banshees still alive, doing what they can. They see that there is no tier base here in the back pocket base.
Yeah, so a really good start here so far by Tavo. The Banshees still have relatively high HP as well, so he is safe and sound. Behind this, of course, there is bio play. There is no mech play coming out from Tavo, but like because of the faster TC, like his economy is beautiful. He's already working on a 4th TC as well. The ZergLord working on his own 4th here. Again, also just saving that pocket base for later on. For now.
Yeah, for now. 5th base is gonna be the pocket base now. Both players just macroing. I think Tavo, how many tanks does he have at the moment? He has 2 tanks. Yeah, this is the moment to move out. We're probably gonna see this drop here, while the Banshees are gonna keep this player busy in another place. But the ZergLord, his creep has been pretty good so far. So he already covered almost half of the map with it. Tavo needs to clean up first.
Yeah, there we go. He's going to be active here on the map, cleaning up as much as he can. What's important is that Tavo never got into the main. He never saw the Spire, so he doesn't know that Muta play is coming out until now. The Mutas have revealed themselves, and the Mutas immediately target down one of those medevacs.
Yeah, unfortunately, those medevacs, those Marines are doomed. There is nothing to defend. Yeah, now Tavo knows. What is he gonna do? That is the question.
Yeah, Tavo has to kind of switch gears from here. He does have his fourth going to be landing on location. His tanks already siege up the Lings. Ooh, overextending a little bit. And there are plenty of Marines to defend against these mutas, but we need a switch into these Widow Mines.
And there we go. Widow Mine production has begun. A second factory as well for more Widow Mine power. And this 4 base being assaulted by these mutalies. Probably not gonna be able to cancel. The army is already here to defend. But yeah, these mutalies are gonna force Tavo to just chill back for a few minutes until he has enough power to move out.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to make life difficult here for Tavo to establish this 4th base as well. The ZergLord has done a great job at draining up 85 workers. That's the ideal drone count that you want. Now we can focus on nothing but Ling Bane Muta production. His upgrades are delayed because he went for mutas first, but the mutas, mate, they're paying for themselves. Yeah,
the mutas are attacking. Where is the army of Tavo? Because, mate, the army was not here. And there we go. The army of Tavo is going across the map. And the Zerling bailing here to defend. The mutalies are coming back as well. How many tanks do we have with this army? Only 2 tanks? 3 tanks and a couple of Widow Mines. So a couple of nice shots may be able to deter this defense by your Zerg player. Nice positioning so far. There are not many Banelings, really.
Yeah, the Ling Bane rolls on in, but there's not going to be enough of them. The Lings aren't enough either. Bearing in mind, this is 0-0 Ling Bane, so they don't survive that long. They're having a hard time getting on top of the Bio army. Meanwhile, the mutas, they dive on top of the tanks, but the Marines zone them out.
Yeah, loses a couple of mutalies. 2-2 is about to finish for the Terran player, while only 1-1 is going to finish for our Zerg player. So, Tavo ahead in not only this army, in the aggression, also in upgrades.
Yeah, but he's running out of steam a little bit. His reinforcements are on the way, but they're not here yet. He has to... I'm a little bit concerned that they're going to be a little bit too late, but the ZergLord, he doesn't dive on the tanks. He's giving Tavo time to reinforce.
Yes, and here come the reinforcements. This is a lot of Marines, also a couple of Widow Mines, and I don't think the ZergLord has enough buildings.
Yeah, he's going to try a couple of Banelings roll on forward, but they don't really get any connections at all. The mutas are going to try and rotate around, but again, the Widow Mines are covering that right side.
Yeah, 4 base in... no, this is what? 1, 2, 3, no. Yeah, 4 base immediately dead for the ZergLord. This is a really big deal for him. He has resistant workers going for a counter-attack with Zerlings, trying to do as much damage as possible, but the Tavo is still moving out.
Yeah, the Banelings try and roll in. They get some connections, but again, they're not ideal. The Lings are trying to catch reinforcements, but they don't catch any yet. Oh my god, the reinforcements were being backed up at home. The wall is not a wall, so the Lings do get into the natural.
Yeah, they're gonna kill as much as possible, but meanwhile, ZergLord loses another base. This is starting to snowball for him, mate. This is definitely not what you want.
And you know what's scary is that 3-3 is behind this. It's halfway done, and the ZergLord hasn't started 2-2. Like, his Ling Bane is so vulnerable right now. He has a very large muta army, an insane muta army. That's where all his gas was. That's why you kept saying that the Baneling count wasn't very high, because the gas was in the mutas. But the mutas haven't really been able to do anything.
Yeah, there are too many Marines. The Banelings have not been able to get good connections to tighten up those numbers. Oh. There we go. The mutal is going against one more for the tanks, but this is a lot of Marines. There are even Widow Mines here. 1 tank went down, 2 tanks went down, so that is a lot of firepower. Maybe the Banelings can connect now, but the reinforcements.
The reinforcements catch the mutas. 1 Thor volley does connect with that army. 2 tanks did go down, but what we lack in tanks, we now make up for in Widow Mines and Thor's. The Marine army is just too damn big. The creep is almost non-existent. The Ling Bane, the ZergLord, is hoping for 1 big engage, and he goes in with his Banelings.
Yeah, decent shots, but it's not enough. There's still a lot of Marine here.
Yeah, exactly. And now the last remaining Banelings roll on in, and it's not going to be enough. GG gets called, and Tavo takes the series 2-0.
GG, mate. Congratulations, Tavito. You make the ZergLord retires 1 more. That was brutal, mate. That was brutal. Once Tavo started with the aggression, he didn't stop. Yeah. There was nothing that could stop him.
I mean, I think a lot of different things came into that. One is that his economy was really, really good. So because of that, he had a larger Marine force. His upgrades were on point, and there was a window. Because he knew it was a Spire opener and a Muta opener, he knew that the upgrades were going to be late, and the Ling Bane was going to be lackluster for the ZergLord. So he knew he had to hit then and there. now was his opportunity, and yeah, he was able to do so. And you could argue that the ZergLord, because he had such a large meter cloud, but because he couldn't do anything, maybe he should have been trying to catch reinforcements with those meters instead. But at the same time, Tavo was doing a really good job at not trickling in his reinforcements. Like, they were coming in large groups to make sure that they were safe. Like, that was just really well executed.
Yeah. Good job, Tavo. Please teach me how to play like you.
Yeah.
And with that, maybe we have our second finalist for the day. TVC Finals. Are you excited, mate? Do you think Tavo has a chance?
I think he has a chance, a higher chance than Yan, but not a big chance. That's the thing, you know, like Cham, he is the big dog here. He is the favorite. He is El Champion for a reason. So it's going to be hard here. I hope Tavo can make Cham work for it though. I hope it's not a 3-0. I hope he makes it a longer series.